The following video is a summarized version of Brown versus the Board of Education. During the 1950s, people have expressed themselves about the racism and their opinion on the Separate but Equal Act that allows African Americans to have the same or equal rights as white Americans in America. Thanks to the Pleasley versus Ferguson case, the Supreme Court allowed this act to happen and has established the Separate but Equal Act for the African Americans so that they can have a taste of what equality tasted like. However, this has some drawbacks. While some of the equality the African American community had, it was nowhere as equal as the Supreme Court said it would be. The education system and the civil rights movements that happened because of this were examples of why the Supreme Court needed to change and disestablish this law, for it has caused damage that the African community did not want. A very important example would be the American school system that has failed Linda and Oliver Brown. Oliver's daughter, Linda Brown, was not allowed to enter an all-white school, and Oliver Brown didn't think that was justice. He believed it was injustice in the Supreme Court part. He later sued the American education system in Kansas to prove his point and to disestablish the Separation but Equal Act, as it was very unjust and goes against the 14th Amendment, as he has stated. It states that no state can deny to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the laws. The main issue about this case was the racism and prejudice behind it, and the oppression, which Oliver did not stand. And thankfully, there is only one solution to this type of problem. The only solution that the American school system, Oliver Brown, and the Supreme Court can decide on is to disestablish the Separation but Equal Act in order for African Americans to have equal rights as everyone else. And thankfully, that's where the Supreme Court standed on. The Supreme Court allowed Oliver and Linda Brown to win the jurisdiction, therefore allowing all of the African American community to have equal rights as the white Americans in America. Thanks to Oliver Brown, more civil rights movements were able to happen and more change was also available for the African American community to have equal rights as white Americans.